Hello, lovely people of the world. Sarah here. Welcome to our Love Withstanding channel. Welcome back, Love Withstanders. For those of you who don't know us or are seeing this video for the first time, my name is Sarah, half of the Love Withstanding family YouTube channel. Justin, my husband, is working from home upstairs. Both of our girls, Sabrina, who is 4 years old, Chanel, who is 2 years old, are in day home. Today is Tuesday, March 28, 2023, as I am filming this video. And I am currently 39 weeks and 5 days along, expecting baby number 3, our very first baby boy. So yeah, I made it this far. I know there's a lot of our viewers that have been guessing the due dates, and we thought it was really fun. But yeah, it's March 28 today and baby's still intact. It is 11:04 a.m. here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and we're really excited because we have no idea whether baby will be coming out before his due date. Baby number 3 is due March 30th, 2023. As now is that he's probably going to come out on his due date again, because our firstborn, Sabrina, she was 40 weeks and 5 days along before she came out. Chanel, our second daughter, was exactly, like, she was born exactly on her due date. So it'll be interesting to find out whether this baby boy or baby number 3 is coming out sooner, or is he going to come out right on the due date, or is he going to be overdue? We don't know. But yes, 2 more days to our due date. Oh, we made it. I'm so happy. My sister actually is guessing that today would be the day that baby boy will make his arrival. And I told her, it's like, I don't feel a thing. I don't think he's coming. And she's like, anything can happen. The day is young. Welcome to my 38 and 39 week pregnancy update. Okay, let's start with my 38-week update. So I turned 38 weeks along on March 16, 2023. I tipped the scales at 145 pounds. I am pretty happy with that weight because at least I'm gaining weight. I believe pre-pregnancy, like before, as soon as I found out we conceived this baby, I tipped the scales at 133 pounds, I would say. So at least I'm gaining some weight. My final appointment with my dietitian, who has been following me along for gestational diabetes, said that I seem to have only had pre-diabetes gestationally, meaning while pregnant only, because so far I have not actually crossed the line to the point where I would need medication. So yeah, she's pretty proud of me. We were able to, together as a team, we were able to control gestational diabetes with diet and exercise, thankfully. Oh my goodness, I was really like doing my hardest to not get started on medication. But again, not our fault as pregnant mamas who have been diagnosed with gestational diabetes. It's not our fault. It is all pregnancy hormone related. And yeah, she said that she will no longer be following me along until after baby's born. Apparently after baby's born, she said to continue testing anyway, like twice a day, just to, you know, stay on track. So basically she wants me to continue with my fasting blood sugar once a week. And then maybe doing after meal blood sugar testing, so 2 hours after my first bite of the meal, to continue doing that once or twice a day. After baby's born, and she wants me to stop testing my blood sugars, they will follow up with a blood work, I believe, between the 6-week to 6-month mark, postpartum, so post-baby. So yes, I'm really excited. I'm like, yay! I feel more of the baby's head trying to push down, so more pressure down there at night especially. What else? I also notice occasional lightning crotches. For those of you who are not familiar with the term, it's basically a sharp shooting pain that suddenly happens For me, it happens when I'm changing positions suddenly or too fast. For example, from a sitting to standing position, or standing to sitting, or like if I'm walking too fast, then I would suddenly feel that sharp shooting pain down there. Feels like my inner pelvic region. Don't know how else to explain it. And that's what they call it, lightning crotch, basically. So yes, I've been having a lot of that at night at 38 weeks. Also, a whole lot of gas, you guys. Like, I'm not talking walking around with gas. I'm talking like at night. I find myself at night, so like I'm already in bed, tucked in, it's dark, like I already slept in a little bit, like got an hour of sleep, and then suddenly in the middle of the night I find myself waking up. Not just to empty my bladder, it's mostly to try to release some of that bloating gas feeling, because it hurts like a band around my upper belly. Like around my rib cage area. I feel, because all our guts, you know, when you're carrying a baby, your digestive system, basically, and organs get pushed up right under, like right where your rib cage is. So whenever there's trapped gas there, it hurts. It really, like, there's not enough room for the gas to move around, so it just tightens. And yeah, very, very uncomfortable, very painful. Not very painful, just uncomfortable, to the point where I would have to get up and stand by the edge of the bed and crouch over and try to like rock my hips or sway my hips left and right to try to release the gas, so that I could finally feel some relief when it comes to that discomfort. So yeah, I know, TMI, but I'm gonna talk about it. Gas is a real thing for me. And the lightning crotch, those are the two main symptoms, really. There are days when I feel energetic enough to actually get work done, so I'm like nesting, you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cook 2 meals today, or oh my gosh, I feel like disinfecting the floors and the mirrors and, you know, table surfaces all of a sudden. And then the very same day, or maybe even the very next day, all of a sudden I just feel done, exhausted, tired, just like, I don't feel like doing anything today. I'm just gonna binge watch some of my favorite shows and try to catch a nap. Otherwise, I won't be able to survive when my kids come back from day home. They usually come home in time for dinner, and I'm like, I need to nap before that. So yeah. So I do take naps every once in a while, not every day. Like I said, if there are days when I'm feeling, yay, let's go clean, let's go cook. And there are days when I'm feeling, I'm done. So today is one of my energetic days. I'm really excited. I had booked a maternity photo session for myself, for our family. So I had my husband Justin there, and both girls, Sabrina and Chanel, were there. Unfortunately, Sabrina was not feeling well that day. Oh my goodness, it was like, of all days. But yeah, she wasn't feeling well that day. She had a temperature, she had runny nose. I gave her Tylenol, I blew her nose, and then literally the minute we were about to load her up in the car to head for a photo session, she had a nosebleed all over her beautiful white dress that she was dressed in. And I was like, no! So yeah, panic mode towards the end, but at least it all worked out, because I was able to rinse the blood stains off of her dress, toss it in the dryer, and it was dry enough to put it back on her. Our lovely, lovely, sweet maternity photographer was so professional and so patient and kind, and she just, like, she was very understanding. She was like, it's okay. Like, we were already running behind, and she was like, it's okay, take your time, just get here whenever you get here, completely understandable. I hope your little one feels better. And I'm like, yeah. So yeah, she made it. Sabrina made it to the photo session. We started off with that, the family photo session. I'm gonna share some photos with you guys whenever they're ready. But yes, she's amazing, you guys. One of these days, I'm gonna plug her. Starting at 38 weeks is when I started to drink raspberry leaf tea. I mean, there have been studies, and there are also not definitive studies, that have shown that they tend to help with the strengthening of the uterus, so that it'll prepare you for labor. Also helps with strengthening the uterus after giving birth. So that's something I used to do with each of my previous pregnancies, and I decided, yeah, why not? And also I consulted my obstetrician and or my pregnancy doctor, and he said it's completely fine to start at 38 weeks, even 37 weeks. Like I could start taking it, but I waited till 38 weeks to start. Also started collecting colostrum. So the early signs of milk that comes out of your breast, sometimes they leak, sometimes they don't. In my case, I don't think they've ever leaked, only if I like press my nipple, then oh, something's coming out. So colostrum is basically, for those of you who are not familiar, just the early signs of milk. We call it liquid gold because they're very dense and rich in nutrients such as not just maternal hormones, but also immunity hormones like immunoglobulins that help strengthen baby's immune system. So that's only found in like the early signs of milk, and they start to diminish in number when your breast milk starts to come through. I believe the first 2 to 3 days of life, like once, not of life, of baby's birth, is when you're still producing colostrum. So baby gets it anyway after, as soon as he or she's born. But then I wanted to get a head start because that has been the advice of my previous obstetricians. Like, why not start expressing milk now and then storing it, like collecting it using a syringe, the oral syringes, not the ones with needles, you guys, the oral syringes, the ones that you use to give babies or infants or children liquid medications, for example. So she said that just collect colostrum in an oral syringe. I'm gonna put some photos here of what they look like and label them and put them in the freezer, and then bring them with you. However much you're able to produce, bring them with you. Ideally, they prefer, or they recommend to produce about 24 mils at least of colostrum. So yeah, especially moms with gestational diabetes or pre-gestational diabetes should make sure that we have some colostrum stored for babies early, like first few hours, because that's when there's a possibility that the baby would come out with low blood sugar. 18 mil as of today. So I'm almost there. I need to produce more. I want to be able to produce like maybe 25 mil, maybe 30, like it wouldn't hurt. They're usually, once stored in the freezer, they're usually good to use for 6 months. So these are the frozen syringes, oral syringes with colostrum in it. The thinner ones are the oral 1 mil syringes, and the bigger ones are the oral 5 mil syringes. They come with these caps as well. That's all we have for week 38 of pregnancy. Now, moving on to week 39 of our pregnancy update with baby number 3. Okay, so at the 39-week mark, 39 weeks in 1 day, I was scheduled for a haircut. For those of you who haven't noticed, chopped my locks. I have it right here. There is the lock of hair that was taken out. So it was straightened first. My hair is naturally curly, but it was straightened first by the hairdresser or hairstylist. And then to measure about 12 inches at least. Luckily for me, after she had chopped off the split end, she said I was able to get about 15 inches of hair, all bundled up in a ponytail and going out for a donation to kids with cancer so that they can make wigs out of my hair, hopefully, if they find it like good quality enough. They usually prefer virgin hair, meaning, you know, hair that has never been colored. And it was untreated. There were no chemicals put into it for the straightening process or perming process for that matter. You know, a few of you were commenting on my lashes saying that, well, some of you liked it and some of you were like, oh my gosh, it looks a little much, maybe easy on the lashes next time. And some of you were like, you don't even need those lash extensions. But yes, I made sure to get them. I usually go for like the fullest volume. The reason I go for the full volume is because I knew that it will last about 3 weeks, and they start to fall, like they start to shed. By the time baby comes out, hopefully around his due date, I would have just the right amount of lashes. Not too much, not too little. So yeah, that was the plan. But yeah, today we will be going to see my obstetrician at the 39 weeks and 5 days mark of this pregnancy. My main hopes in going into this appointment today is to find out whether baby's head is down and in optimal position to push him out vaginally. I'd really like to go all natural again, no epidurals as much as possible. Also, I would like to know whether she can give me an idea as to whether his face is facing my spine or facing my belly button, right? Because yeah, I believe the optimal position is occiput anterior, meaning his face is facing the spine. Hopefully they can find out whether I'm dilated at all, whether my cervix is dilated at all, whether it has thinned at all. As of 39 weeks, I have pretty much the same symptoms as 38 weeks along. So lightning crotch, every once in a while, that sharp stabbing, shooting pain that suddenly occurs when I change positions too fast or when I walk too fast. I notice I'm waddling more now. And I could feel baby's head causing more pressure on my lower pelvic area every once in a while, but mostly at night. So he's most likely going to try to come out at night, or things are going to progress at night. We'll see. What else? Occasional exhaustion, also occasional nesting, so like a sudden burst of energy to like cook, clean, and all that stuff. Braxton Hicks. The Braxton Hicks contractions are not painful. It's just a tightening of my belly, like it becomes really rock hard. And then you could feel baby's pointed head at the very bottom of my belly, and I would like grab Justin's hand and I'm like, feel that? That's his head. Hopefully. And it's really hard. Oh, that's another sign that I noticed. During the 38 to 39 week mark of this pregnancy, I noticed that baby is not moving as much. I'm guessing he does not have enough room to move anymore. Probably getting big. He's getting bigger. The amniotic fluid is pretty much either the same or starting to lessen because I am reaching the end of this pregnancy. So it is expected for baby to poke around, kick around less. But I was told to make sure that I have at least 6 or more baby movements in a span of 2 hours. That's a fact for you guys. 3 things that I was told to watch out for or to be mindful of that would prompt us that it's time to head to the hospital. The first reason would be the contractions. Basically follow the 5-1-1 rule, which is contractions that are about 5 minutes apart and are lasting about a minute long within a span of an hour. So they have to be regular contractions, meaning from the beginning of one contraction to the beginning of the next contraction. It should span about a minute long, and that should be a pattern that goes on within a span of an hour. So that's the first reason to go to the hospital. The second reason would be what they call a bloody show, which is basically bleeding. Spotting is normal during pregnancy, a little bit of spotting, but if you notice bleeding that's more significant, about the amount of a period or even more so, that would be of concern. Also, another reason to rush to the hospital would be if you suspect that your water is leaking or if you notice your water breaking. So the gush of warm fluid, usually it's clear in color, but if it is any other color like green, then that's also of concern and reason to rush to the hospital. And finally, another reason to go to the hospital would be decreased fetal movement. So basically, you should be able to feel baby move about 6 times in a span of 2 hours. Anything less than that is of concern. It could also just be nothing urgent, but they say always go with your gut and go to the hospital just to get checked. This afternoon we'll be heading out. Justin will be coming with me to this appointment because I am really far along. It's probably not safe for me to be driving, even if it's only like 15 minutes away. Yeah, we're hoping that everything just progresses spontaneously and that we just feel contractions and then baby just comes, right? And hopefully everything happens smoothly. Thank you so much for your well wishes, for your prayers. Thank you for all the love and support that you have showered us, and yeah, we're just overwhelmed with so much love, and we just feel very safe, very secure, and we feel ready for baby number 3. We're so excited to meet baby boy. I'm so curious to find out what he's gonna look like, whether he is gonna look more like Justin, more like me, more like Sabrina, more like Chanel. Like, it's really exciting. And yeah, it'll be a new chapter in our journey of life because never taken care of a baby boy before, let alone our own. So it's gonna be interesting. Thank you guys for watching. Please, if you found any value or you appreciate this video and would love to share it with others, we would really appreciate you hitting the like button so that our video would get recommended to other birthing parents out there. Also, we would appreciate it if you would hit the red subscribe button so that we can welcome you into our YouTube family of lovely people and our lovely Love with Standards. If you've already subscribed, please hit the bell notification button to help so that you don't miss any of our videos and updates, because most likely we will be making the big announcement once baby arrives on our Instagram handle, which you can find here somewhere, as well as hopefully we could put up a YouTube announcement as well. So yes, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for following us. We love you so much. Wish us luck. Pray for us. Bye.